Hey, Blessed Tribe, it's Coach Jess. I'm back again with another mental health motivational word. I hope you guys are having a fabulous day. I am just wanting to jump on really quickly before we go to gymnastics and before I have my dinner and just get some other assignments I got to do today out of the way. But I was feeling some sort of pressure, and I felt like the pressure of the enemy was pressing up against me. So I wanted to just jump on and just quickly pray for you guys, quickly just get into a quick little word with you guys, and just make sure that you stay encouraged on today, okay? So you're halfway through your week, and I know that, as the weekend gets closer, you start looking at your deadlines and what you haven't been able to do. But just think about all the things that you have been able to do this week. Think about all of the successes that you've had this far, all the things that you've overcome. Because as I was on with my therapist today, I actually just realized like how much can change in a matter of 2 weeks. And life can just turn upside down in a matter of an instance. So just continue to love the people in your house. Continue to set boundaries and love on yourself. Practice self-care practices to make sure you stay in good cheer. Make sure you stay in good bounty with your gift, and take care of all of the necessities that you got to take care of to make sure that you are okay. This is a season of self-preservation. No, you are not allowed to be selfish, but you do have to preserve the gift and preserve the things that are happening around you to make sure that you are good and keeping yourself in good cheer during the holidays, and as you are gradually coming upon the season that God said you are about to sign your name on a dotted line. So every time I put my signature on something, God is saying you are one step closer to signing your name on the dotted line for the thing that I have for you. So a lot of us are just coming to a season where it's like things are getting a little easier for us, and it's going to make people mad. The people who wanted to take advantage of you, the people who, I wanted to make sure my volume was the people who wanted to take advantage of you, the people who benefited from you not having boundaries, the people who benefited from you being asleep and in darkness, those are the people that's going to be mad. So if you see people like turning their eye at you or looking at you funny or wondering why you got that confidence, wondering why you're working on your self-healing, wondering why you're trying to make more money, get into your gift, monetize your gift, take care of your family, take vacations, invest in this property, do certain things, take more self-development courses, listen to self-motivation all day, actually teach your baby things like model certain things, taking time to do things like that. People are really going to be like, listen, you do too much. But you tell them you do too less, and I need you to do more if you plan on staying connected with me. Your actions are going to require other people to rise up in the kingdom. That's what it's all about. It's not about you getting more glory. It's not about you getting more popular. It's not about you getting the recognition, but it's about God getting all the glory. So on today, I just want you to encourage you guys, as the enemy begins to put these thoughts in your heads to make you feel like that you're not enough, to make you feel like that you do too much, or you do the most, or that you are too far into yourself or into your development. God is wanting you to press further into that. He's telling me to advise you guys that you are a servant. So the scripture that I went to was I love this little place, so I can just go right back to where I was in the book of Isaiah. And it was verse 1 where it says, the beginning of the chapter 42, it says that the Lord's chosen servant. So this passage was written for God's chosen servant, and to be a servant for your father is the best position you can have, because he can always use you. You can always be willing to help other people and put your own will aside, your own feelings, your own emotions, your own financial struggles, your health disparities, all of those things. You can put them by the wayside and help somebody else, and you will get more blessed by doing that. Like I said, you have to make sure you're taking care of yourself, but also you have to make sure that you're making time to serve. Even right now, I have a lot going on behind the scenes, a lot. Even just talking about it, doing the cognitive behavior therapy that I participated in today. And it's just basically where you talk your problems out, just like life coaching. It's a lot that happens behind the scenes that we may not know about for people that they're dealing with. But God is saying, make no excuses. Continue to serve. You're going to heal yourself. You're going to get close into your blessing. You're going to get closer to signing your name on the dotted line for the thing that you've always dreamed of and hoped for and wanted to invite into your life. But you have to get into alignment with your Father, okay? So The Lord's chosen servant. So I wanted to read verse 1. So chapter 42, verse 1, it says, "Look at my servant whom I strengthen. He is my chosen one who pleases me. I have put my spirit upon him. He will bring justice to the nations. He will not shout or raise his voice in public. He will not crush the weakest reed or put out a flickering candle. He will bring justice to all who have been wronged. He will not falter or lose hope until justice prevails through the earth. Even distant lands beyond the sea will wait for his instruction." So God is saying you are a big fish. You are a big stepper in the kingdom, okay? You have a big calling over your life. But the enemy will talk about you or keep you wrapped in habits and things and ideas that no longer identify with where you're going and where he has for you to go in this season. So God is saying, as the enemy is hot on your trail, okay? The enemy is on your heels. You have to continue to press forward into the things that you know your Father is asking you to do, because you are his chosen servant. And he says that he have put my spirit upon him. So you have the spirit of your Father inside of you. That's why people don't like you. That's why people are disgusted by you, because they can feel the glory of your Father inside of you. That's why people have you in group chats. People discuss you when you're not in the room. That's why you feel left out, or you feel like something is wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. You just have your Father's spirit inside of you. So people don't quite know how to put their finger on what they don't like about you, but that's what it is. I'm here to deliver that message to you on today. That is what it is. You have your Father's spirit inside of you. You don't like to talk about people. You don't like to see people not doing well and not practicing good self-care practices and having no boundaries. You like to see everybody succeed. You like seeing people in healthy, happy, whole relationships. You like to see your children learning and vibrant and being spoken to in a particular way that feeds their spirit. You like even feeding yourself spiritual food. You go and travel and do different things to put yourself in environments where you can enhance and get close into the spirit. That's the reason why you're like that. And that's the reason why other people despise you. They hate you. They talk about you. They don't break into empty houses. God also wanted me to tell you guys about a TV show I used to watch. I forget the name of it, but it's basically the police would put a sting operation in the middle of a poverty-stricken environment or a high-profile environment where people would steal cars. And they would put this fancy car, leave it unlocked, keys in it. And every time, like clockwork, somebody would be in it. They would have their cameras in it, and the people would be talking about the interior. They would be on the phone with their homeboys or girls and telling them, yes, it got this. We're going to get so much money off of this. That's just like you. God cannot put you in an environment where people not like just all over you, copying you, trying to be just like you, talk like you, dress like you, perform like you, doing whatever skill that you do that God gave you the gift to do. People always trying to benefit off of you. People have always benefited off of you, or just you not understanding the value that you bring. So this way may be why you're feeling defeated, or you're feeling tired and you're feeling exhausted. It's because your Father has given you something great, but you don't know that it's great inside of you. So you have allowed people to take advantage of it. God is saying no more. You have the spirit of him inside of you. He strengthens you to do what you're supposed to do. So this is why the enemy's hot on your trail, because you are not an empty house. You are not an empty vessel. You are not broken and have nothing to bring value to this earth. God say he birthed you here to be his servant. You're his chosen servant, not just something that happened chance. He had a plan for you, a plan to prosper you, okay? So your Father is saying you're not an empty house, okay? You have some value to add to this earth, and you need to get into the business of doing that. You need to fulfill the duties that you said that you were going to do. You know that you have some gift, whatever it is. You need to get closer and closer and closer to people that you admire that do it. You need to get closer and closer to setting your life where it looks like you can do the thing that you want to do full time. God is not calling us to do these gifts part time. He's elevating you. He's requiring you to do more. That's why he wants me to speak to your spirit on tonight to encourage you. Do not let the enemy have you messed up, having you thinking that you're not valuable, that you are not worthy, that, you know, that the little things that his unchosen people are saying about you is true. It's not true. You are, the scripture says that you will not lose heart until justice prevail throughout the earth. And it says that, it reads on to say, I think the scripture that I wanted to read was verse 6. It says, I, the Lord, have called you to demonstrate my righteousness. I will take you by the hand and guard you, and I will give you to my people Israel as a symbol of my covenant with them. And you will be a light to guide the nations. You will open the eyes of the blind, and you will free the captives from prison, releasing those who sit in dark dungeons. So God is saying that you are going to call other people out of darkness. You are going to be the person that he uses as a light in the earth. You have a big responsibility over your head. And God is saying that you are to serve. To serve means to give, to help meet the needs of others. And you still focus and prioritize yourself, but you make sure you have like a healthy balance where you're not just all about what you need, what you desire, what you got to do, what's on your agenda, what your kids need, what's going on in your family. He's saying you're supposed to serve. So right now I'm serving other people. I know that you guys need encouragement because I need encouragement. I know if the enemy is hot on my trail to make me feel like I'm less than what I am, I know he's doing the same thing with you. So God is telling us that he will take us by the hand and guard us. And you will be able to light and guard nations. You will open the eyes of the blind. You will free the captives of the prison and release those who sit in dark dungeons. So those were the scriptures I wanted to share, but those are very powerful. God say he got a plan over your life. You are not just this car that nobody wants. I was just thinking about my vehicle after it's all busted up, right? The people instructed me to leave the keys in it. And I thought about it. I said, well, nobody's gonna, drive off in a car. Nobody wants a busted up car that nobody else wants. People always want what somebody else has or what somebody else value, but they just may not say that. Clearly nobody's going to drive off with the vehicle. And if they do, the insurance company can care less because they're like, leave the keys in it. But if you had a high luxury, high model, anything, your home, anything that you put value on, you just wouldn't leave the keys in the door. You just wouldn't leave the doors open because it's only a matter of time before somebody jump in there, drive off with it, get the rewards and the luxury and all the things that come along with having that item. The same thing with you. You are a high value person in the kingdom. God say his spirit is in you. He's going to hold your hand and guide you. If that's not enough for you, I don't know what is. God say he is with you. You do not have to fight these battles alone. As you sign your name, practice signing your name as if you're signing it for your brand new house, as if you're signing it for your brand new promotion on your job. If you're signing it for your business, you're signing $1 million checks. You're signing everything that you've ever wanted in this earth. God has said he's about to rain it into your life because you've worked. You are a servant. You are his chosen servant. You are operating in strength and confidence and boldness and humility. And you are selfless. You don't really care about what you have going on, but you make time. You create time. You don't make excuses. You make time for the kingdom and you serve. God is saying he's holding your hand along this tough and challenging journey. I know people talk about you like a dog. I know they whisper about you. I know they put you in group chats. I know they got you messed up. I know they think that you are the person that you used to be. I know they got stigmas against you based off of how you look, how you talk, how your body is shaped, where you come from, who your parents are, all of the generational like, stigmas and community stigmas that people have over you. But God say, no, you are his chosen servant. You are the one that he has placed in a particular territory to do a thing. God say, get closer to what he had for you, because he's holding your hand along the way. You are going to clear out darkness. You are going to help people escape from prison mentally, physically, and spiritually. You're going to wake up people. You're going to allow the blind to be able to see. Just that short scripture, I was able to just get a download into my spirit while communing with my Father. And I said, how good is that I can just get on here and share that? So even negative things that happen in our lives, God will show us a story or a lesson, or, teach us something that we can take into the future. So I already know when your car is all busted up, nobody wants that. But if you had a luxury car, people would be driving off with it and getting all of the benefits from it in a matter of hours. The same thing with you. God said, you are not the house that nobody wants. You are not the car that nobody wants. You are not the person, man or woman, or the talent that nobody wants. You are high value in the kingdom. You are high value to your Father. He got something that he wants you to do. And you need to get in alignment to do that thing, okay? So just know he's holding our hand. We do not have to do this thing all by ourselves. I know people will, just talk about you so terrible. And it's only because they don't know how to connect with their Father like you do. They don't know how to use their gift and, make sure that they are acting and behaving in excellence like you do. So it's a little bit of jealousy, but it's also a little bit of they want to know what you're doing. So be willing to share, be willing to expose yourself, be willing to put yourself on the chopping platter for God, be willing to put yourself in the front limelight more, because God is saying he has value in you. You are not an empty house. People do not talk about, put people in group chats and watch and monitor and copycat people that they do not admire or feel like it's valuable. God said you are valuable. That's why people are talking about you like that. That's why you are being drugged through the mud the way you are, because you have God's spirit inside of you. You are holding his hand and he's leading you along the way, and you can feel it. You know you're connected with your Father. It's nothing nobody else can tell you, do, separate you, nothing. You know that, and other people know that too. That's why they talk about you like that. That's why they try to keep you feeling like you're not enough, you're inadequate, that, you don't look what they want. You don't talk how they want you to. That's because they're trying to tear you down. But God say this message right here is built to build you up. So y'all be encouraged on today. I love you. I love you. We're about to move on to the next thing, but I wanted to make time to serve. I wanted to put what I got on the back burner to get on here with you guys. I love you. I love you. Like I said, if I do not jump on here, I don't care if it's 10, 15 minutes. I feel so like I did not serve, and I have to serve each and every day. It's really not even about, impressing anybody or making somebody feel like, I'm trying to compete with them in any way. It's just me. God say this is the assignment he has over your life. If you have a voice, he say, speak and prophesy as if I'm speaking through you. So I'm stepping more boldly and authentically into that role. The same thing with you. Whatever your area is, your lane is, God say, develop in that lane. Practice over and over again. As I read the scripture of Jonah, Jonah stayed in the belly of the fish for 3 days and 3 nights, and it took him 3 days to go out and preach the gospel that God asked him to do. So you're gonna have to do stuff over and over and over and over again, so that you can vet yourself in that thing, so that you can have a certain amount of hours to say, listen, I kind of know what I'm doing. I'm doing a thing, I've done a thing or two in this department. I have some practices and some failures behind me. God is saying just get further into whatever you're supposed to do. He's going to connect you. He's going to bring you so close to where he's going to connect you to advance your life, so that you can see you're doing the right thing. Your rewards are coming very soon. You're going to be able to sign your name on the dotted line. You're going to be able to access things that nobody else in your family has been able to access. Your determination, your endurance, and your ability to stay positive and optimistic when all hell is breaking loose in your life is going to determine whether or not, how fast, or I guess whether or not you're able to tap into these things. God is saying, do not get discouraged in this season. He is holding your hand along the way. You are going to be able to not only bring yourself out of darkness, but help other people get closer to the Father through you being obedient, through you being excellent, through you turning a blind eye or a deaf ear to people who are not speaking of things of good courage, not participating and rumbling around with the enemy physically. God say that's not even his way. Come pray. Come pray, come pray, come read his word. Get on here to listen to me. Whatever you need to do to stay encouraged, stay connected with friends who are encouraging you, stay connected with people who love you, who are supporting you, who help you with your children, who give you bringing value to your life. You know, it should be a mutual exchange. Don't let people keep on running off in your luxury car, which is your spirit, which is your temple, which is your mental health, your resources, and your time. Don't let people just keep on running off with your luxury items. These are things that God have placed in your hands, and he said you have to be a good steward over them, okay? I love you guys. Got to go. Continue to sow into the life coaching sessions. You guys have been very consistent. You guys have been very diligent with sowing into your healing. I'm doing my own work behind the scenes. I have a lot of different moving parts to make sure that I am keeping myself well and balanced and in place as I go through this journey with you all. So continue to take your own health and mental health and spiritual health at a high priority. Invest in yourself. Like the videos, comment, share, subscribe, turn on your notification bell. Come up here each and every day, and I'm going to be continuing to do what my Father tell me to do as often as he allowed me to come up here, okay? I love you guys. Have a fabulous evening. Kiss your kids. Love somebody in your house. Say a prayer tonight. Just let God know, listen, I'm getting in alignment. I know this is you holding my hand. I know certain things will not be happening in my life if you didn't have better for me. Just talk to your Father and get a close relationship with him and let him know that you're ready to fulfill your duty. You're ready to figure out the next move so that you can get in alignment with what he has for you, because you're ready to sign your name on a dotted line. You tired of signing your name on things that no longer identify with you, things that you don't want. He's saying he's trying to give you some things that you do want, but you have to get in alignment with your Father. He's in control of everything. The scripture told us that he created everything. He gave everything life. So just know that you're connected with the person, the spirit that created everything. So don't be discouraged. People, I know they talking about you, they whispering about you. They like, girl, have you seen, have you heard, have you looked and read or whatever? Don't worry about that. That's because you are not an empty house. That's because you are the luxury thing, okay? All right, gotta go. You guys have a blessed evening. Talk to you soon.